am Samford Media Lab. Many apologies for starting behind schedule due to, some technical issues here. But then we're here, and let's see how much we can do in the little amount of time that we have. My name is Ruth Usman, and I have joining me in the studio Desmond from Fresh News.
Good morning, Ruth.
Good morning.
It's always a pleasure joining you on this set.
Okay, pleasure as well. So, the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, and the current president are at it again. You know, the whole wars of words, I would say, back and forth and all of that. And the former president, that is Olusegun Obasanjo, saying, there is a plot. These days, as if someone is always plotting, and I think it's as if it's the federal government that is always the one plotting against people. Wike is out there. The Senate president had his own a few days back, and all that. What really is going on? And obviously, the president is yet to reply this recent development.
Well, politics is very, very close by, so you can expect so many things to be happening at the moment, both the truth and the untrue allegations or accusations. I'm not surprised that all of these things are coming up at the moment. When election is very close, like they say, the ends most time justifies the means, even though we don't always agree with that statement in all situations. Most people want to rubbish your opponent so they can get some mileage. And Obasanjo, I would say, through the first salvo, when he accused the current president, President Muhammadu Buhari, and even going as far as asking him not to run for 2019. Of course, the president saw that as a direct affront, even though he didn't openly respond initially. But I think he eventually came out to also hit Obasanjo below the belt when he did say that the power sector under Obasanjo received about $16 billion without any meaningful achievement to show for it. So that was that was like the peak of their fight, and it's been on for a while now, back and forth. The foot soldiers of both gladiators are out there trying to outdo each other. You go on the social media today, you see all the fight, the writing for and against. And I'm sure very well that this will continue till 2019. You can also recall that very recently Obasanjo decided to move his followers into the Social Democratic Party, and doing that was to further try to upstage the president, because he felt with that, if he could raise that platform to a very formidable stead, he could fight the current president head on. But how far this would go, I wouldn't know. He didn't go to PDP because he had left that, and he had initially criticized PDP. Going back to PDP would have been seen by so many people as a dog going back to his own vomit. But I'm sure that's why I didn't go to PDP. And something also happened very recently, which is the declaration of June 12 as a new democracy day. And that, again, was seen as a checkmate from the president against former President Olusegun Obasanjo in this their running battle. Why am I saying this? Yeah. If you look at the SDP, that is a party that is symbolic to the June 12 battle. When you talk about Social Democratic Party, that was a platform upon which MKO Abiola ran in 1992? 93? Yeah, that was a platform in which he ran. All right? So bring it back, or going to SDP, they were trying to ride on that is actually the Democratic Party, or the party that has a democratic ideology in Nigeria. But the president recently came out and declared June 12 as the Democracy Day against the May 29, which has already been celebrated every year. And that was seen as a direct checkmate. Many people have also decided to regard this as a political stroke. Some call it political tsunami. But we want to see how far.
I've been saying that tsunami thing.
We want to see how far this will go.
It's programmed to fail and all of that. Nigerians obviously have their own ideas about why this is happening, especially now. All right, we will talk more on that. We have to go on a break at this point. Stay with us. Media Lab continues in just a moment.
Your right, my right, our right. Everybody's right is protected. Human Rights Radio 101.1, redefining broadcasting.
Announcement. Built or lease a new house? Or you just want to give your interior space a world-class finishing? Power Spring Interiors is the company that will fix the best kitchen cabinets, bathroom, wares, and tiles for you. We also offer painting, screeding, and POP. For anything finishing and interior design, just call us on 080-3774-8268 or 090-9127-0007. You can also follow us on Facebook or Instagram at Power Spring Interiors.
Ana sanar da dukkanin al'ummar birnin tarayya Abuja da ku kasance masu bin dokoki sau da kafa, musamman ma ta fuskar dokokin hanyoyi da na kafa guraren kwana ba bisa ka'ida ba a birnin tarayya Abuja. A kuma sani cewa har yanzu dokan nan ta hana amfani da tsofaffin motoci a matsayin taxi, haka zalika kananan motocin bus da kwasta, tare da hana sana'ar acaba a cikin birnin tarayya Abuja. A kuma tabbatar da cewa an bi dokar sana'ar acaba a guraren da doka ta amince, tare da tabbatar da bin dokar hana karuwanci da yawon banza a birnin tarayya da sauran laifuka kamar tu'amali da miyagun kwayoyi, kafa tashoshin motoci ba bisa ka'ida ba, da dai sauran laifuka iri daban-daban. Hakika duk wanda aka kama ya karya doka za a hukunta shi. Mu haɗa hannu domin gina birnin tarayya Abuja a matsayin abin alfaharinmu.
Eji ohere a echetara ndị bi isi obodo anyị bụ Abuja mkpa ọ dị idobe iwu tụmadị ka o si gbasata okporo ụzọ n'ebe obibi na-ezighị ezi. Biko mara na enyela otu task force nke minista hibere ikike ịhụ na iwu nke mechibidoro adịgboroja ụgbọala ọbụla eji arachapịọm pụtara ihe. Ha ga-ahụkwa na akwụsịrị kpamkpam iji ọgbatumtum maọbụ ị na-aga ebugharị ndị mmadụ n'isi obodo anyị bụ Abuja. Otu a ga-ahụkwa na ha gbochiri ndị keke ma mawapụtakwara ha ebe ha ga na-agba na mpaghara isi obodo anyị. Ha ga-ekpochapụkwa ndị akwụna na ụmụ mmekpa ahụ ndị ọzọ dịka ịtụ mgbere mmadụ, ire ọgwụ ike nakwa iwepụ ma kurie ebe obibi ọbụla na-ezighị ezi. Otu a ga-ahụ na ewepụrụ ọdụ ụgbọala na-ekwesịghị ekwesị n'isi obodo anyị. Biko ka anyị jikọọ na aka ọnụ wulite FCT ka ọ dị ka anyị si chọọ ya. Ndị aka ga-akpara dara iwu ndị a ga-eji anya ha hụ ntị ha, bụrụ ezi nwa amaala, dobe iwu ala anyị.
Aha! Kéku ilé ó gbọ́ kó yá àwí fún toko. Kánò gbọ́ kóró fóòbẹ̀ pé ìjọba olú ìlú yìí fi àsìkò ìran gbogbo olùgbé ìlú yìí ní etí o pé ìjọba kò fi àyè gba àwọn ọkọ̀ tí kò dára, kẹ̀kẹ́ nàpẹ́ẹ̀bù, ọ̀kadà alùpùpù àti àwọn ọmọbìnrin tí ń ṣiṣẹ́ ìgbélépawó, ìyẹn àwọn aṣẹ́wó nínú ìlú Àbújá o. Mọ́ gbàgbé pé àwọn amúnisínkùn ìjọba ń bẹ láàrin ìlú, bí ọwọ́ wọn bá bà ọ́ ajẹ́pọ̀ orugi oyin nìyẹn o. Káwí fún ni ká gbọ́ ìlú yọmọ adarí hurun, ṣèbí ká sọ̀rọ̀ fún ni ká gbà ní yọmọ ẹ̀dá èèyàn. Gbọ́ ohun tí ìjọba olú ìlú yìí ń sọ fún gbogbo wa, kí ìlú Àbújá kí ó lè dùn ún wò, kí ó lè dùn ún gbé fún gbogbo wa. Dídára olú ìlú yìí àjọṣe wa ni o. Jẹ́ kí èmi àti ẹ jẹ́ olùgbé rere.
Udu mmiri ebidola, a na-adọ ọhaneze ntị ka ha gbochie ma kwụsị akparamagwa ga-ebute mmiri ọdụdọ na mbuze dịka iwufu ahịhịa n'ime mmiri na-asọ asọ ya na ịtụnye ihe n'ime gota. A na-emekwa ka ị mara na iwu ụlọ n'ebe na-ekwesịghị dịka ụzọ mmiri nwere ike ịkpata ịtụfu ndụ ndị mmadụ n'efu ya na ihe nweta ndị mmadụ ịla n'iyi. Mee ihe kwesịrị dị mma. Ọ bụ Federal Capital Territory Administration FCTA na-ezitara gị ozi a.
A yayin da
damuna ta fara kankama an shawarci al'umma da su guji bata muhalli wanda ke iya jawo ambaliya. Zub da shara ba kan gado shine makasudin babbar ambaliya a birnin tarayya Abuja. Saboda haka kar ku zub da sharar ku a magudanan ruwa. Bugu da ƙari an shawarci al'umma da su kiyaye yin gine-ginen gidaje a hanyoyin ruwa wanda yin haka kan iya jawo rusan da zai laƙume rayukan al'umma da dukiyoyinsu a lokacin damuna. A koda yaushe ku kasance mai yin abin da yake daidai. Wannan sako na zo muku ne daga hukumar birnin tarayya FCTA.
Wani ya samu wani yana kamu min yi nasara.
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ti mọ̀ wípé àsìkò òjò la wà, èyí ni láti sọ fún gbogbo ènìyàn láti yàgò fún ìwà ìdọ̀tí, dídà ìdọ̀tí síbi tí ò bójúmu tí ó lè fa omíyalé, àgbàrá ya ṣọ́ọ̀bù, dídà ìdọ̀tí síbi tí ò bójúmu tàbí òpópónà sì jẹ́ ohun kan gbòógì tí ó ń ṣokùnfà omíyalé, àgbàrá ya ṣọ́ọ̀bù ní ìlú Àbújá. Ẹ má ṣe da ìdọ̀tí sínú gọ́tà tàbí ọ̀nà tí ìjọba ti pèsè sílẹ̀ fún omi láti gbà kọjá. A tún fi àsìkò yìí sọ fún gbogbo olùgbé FCT Àbújá láti rí dájú wípé wọn ò kọ́ ilé sí ọ̀nà tí omi ń gbà kọjá. Èyí lè ṣe okùnfà pípàdánù ọ̀gọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀mí tàbí pípàdánù ohun ìní ní àsìkò òjò. Ẹ ṣe ohun tó tọ́. Ìkéde yìí wá láti àjọ FCTA Federal Capital Territory Administration.
As the rainy season begins, the general public is hereby advised to avoid environmental practices that could cause flooding. Indiscriminate waste disposal has remained a factor causing flooding in the FCT. Do not throw your garbage into gutters and drainages along waterways. Residents are also advised to avoid building houses around natural waterways, as this could also lead to loss of lives and property during the rainy season.
Right thing. This message is from the Federal Capital Territory, FCTA.
This is to inform the general public that the activities of scavengers, also known as Babambola, is prohibited within the Federal Capital City. Their activities are henceforth restricted to the area councils. Residents of the Federal Capital City are advised to be vigilant and report any suspicious activities to law enforcement agencies. Together, we can make Abuja the city of our dreams.
Awidna akugna aza vien kizinege tuntun aza mbatun aya una vidankulu na kobege baba bola atela jebaje o kizine nkoyin nya kola ka haye abatun kola pojin inara kansi vien ba lo gutna e kizine ozana wa sasatu vidankulu wotna aba wa api aga otata agna kizinda mbasasaloge balaweka na zaipia da na azalaba sasalo kinzinege balawepi na ja zaipia bakara na bana banwa ba tabashiba agaba tata yutna wode ya mi kinzinne ko na ba abwa abegi awudne ba gbin ngel city atotun jina kokoge Federal Capital Territory Administration.
láti kéde pé ojúṣe àwọn ìṣàgolo sapáànù tí a mọ̀ sí Babambola ti dókun nílùú Àbújá àti ìjọba àbílẹ̀ mẹ́fẹ̀ẹ̀fà bí ọwọ́ sìnkú àwọn agbófinró bá wá ba ẹnikẹ́ni nínú wọn yóò fi ojú ba ilé ẹjọ́ o. Ẹ̀yin olùgbé Àbújá ẹ yára tètè tẹ́tí lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tẹ́ bá rí ẹnikẹ́ni tí ń yọ́lẹ̀ ẹ̀dà tí kò tẹ̀lé òfin tó sì ń ṣàgolo tí ń sapáànù ẹ tètè fi tó àwọn agbófinró létí. Àjọṣe wa ni o láti mú kí olú ìlú yìí dùn ún wò kí ó sì dùn gbé pẹ̀lú ìrọ̀rùn. Ìkéde yìí wá láti iléeṣẹ́ ìjọba olú ìlú yìí ìyẹn Federal Capital Territory Administration.
Your right, my right, our right. Everybody's right is protected. Human Rights Radio 101.1, redefining broadcasting.
As the fourth estate of the realm, the media stands as the watchman of the nation. On Media Lab, we dissect the news items of the day through the men and women that bring the news to you to give you the full story. Media Lab, airing exclusively on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, redefining broadcasting.
Thank you for staying with us. Media Lab continues. I have been speaking with Desmond from Fresh News, an online newspaper, and he's giving us perspective into some of the current happenings in our society. We were talking about the ongoing rift between former President Olusegun Obasanjo and the current president. Now, some people have said, well, it's because he has started calling the current president out on certain things that he obviously has not been able to live up to, expectations and all of that, but that they were friends before. Why suddenly they seem to be worse enemies? Do we really need this kind of politics? Earlier, I remember you said, well, we should be expecting this, like, you know, the election year is just around the corner. Is this what we should be expecting? Shouldn't people just focus on governance?
I agree with you. We should focus on governance. We should focus on issues, not personality war, as it were. But you also expect that when politics is close by, people will have to try to outdo themselves for them to get or gain mileage, as it were. Yes, Obasanjo and President Muhammadu Buhari were able to resolve their differences before 2015, not because they were good friends, as it were. It's been like a no love lost relationship between them. Even though in the military era of Obasanjo, when he was the military president, head of state in the 70s, the current president actually served under him as Commissioner for Petroleum, as at that time, the position you now know as Minister of Petroleum Resources. Yeah, President Muhammadu Buhari actually served under Obasanjo as at that time, but it didn't appear like there was so much love between them afterwards, because when in 2002, President Buhari started his campaign against Obasanjo, to become the president, the former president didn't take it lightly. They went to war in 2003 together, as in Buhari versus Obasanjo, and Obasanjo won that very election. And President Buhari continued until 2015, when he eventually gained the support of President Olusegun Obasanjo. But Olusegun Obasanjo also didn't have any choice as at that time. He had to support somebody to defeat former President Goodluck Jonathan, because he needed to get him out of that position, which he felt he also helped him to ascend to. Now, this is why most people think that if the government does not go the way of President Olusegun Obasanjo, he always tried to get them out. When Jonathan, whom he also helped install, was no longer having it very smooth with him, he worked against him. You remember the letter, the famous open letter he wrote to the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, and that culminated in his eventual ouster. And he also did the same thing with this president. He wrote him a letter, leaked it to the media, and it became a public issue. And since then, the battle has been on. Yes, Obasanjo has been complaining that Buhari has not delivered on some of the things that he promised to do. But the question is, would he have been able to deliver on everything? Maybe no, maybe yes. But the battle is already on. And everybody is saying, or most people, the President Muhammadu Buhari's camp is saying that you are accusing the government of trying to frame you up on trump-up charges. Why are you scared? If you set up the EFCC, all right, the idea was to prosecute whoever has violated the law. And if, for example, it is discovered today that there were some infractions under your administration and you should be answerable to, why are you scared of going to that same EFCC? As a good, you should go there and cleanse your name. Because as a good, you have to pass through the fire for it to be better. So if you have actually not done anything wrong, you shouldn't be scared that they're going to frame you up. So all of those are coming up, and we do expect that as 2019 gets closer, more of this kind of brickbats will be seen.
Well, let's hope it yields positive results.
Yeah, we hope so, because what Nigerians want to see is not how many people are fighting in the ring, but what development is bring to them and how much goodies they get on their table. That's what Nigerians want to see. We don't want to see big men fighting. It's none of our business. They can do their fight behind the door. Whereas, let Nigerians see good roads, electricity, food on the table, and all other social amenities.
Talking about June 12, it is just tomorrow, now, being regarded as Democracy Day and all of that, so many Nigerians have had their thoughts and their take on whether or not there's any form of honesty or sincerity in that just coming at this particular time. What's your take about the entire, because that so many people have seen it from different angles, so let's get to hear yours. How do you see this?
Once again, we're in a political period of intense politics, let me put it that way. We expected that to come out from everybody. First of all, I think it was a pleasant surprise for me that the president declared June 12 as a Democracy Day. It was a pleasant surprise for me, and I want to believe most people, if not everybody, has seen it as such. Only very few persons so far have criticized the decision of the president to confer from late MK Abiola with a national honor, because I saw Senator Dino Melaye trying to criticize it on the floor of the Senate very recently, but of course his colleagues also didn't support him when he was saying that. If you take that away, most people have actually supported the declaration, which is the same reason people see it as a political masterstroke. But I don't want to see it from the political dimension. I want to see it for the merits of what it is. Why do we all support the June 12th as the new Democracy Day? Of course, it won't start from this year. The president said it's going to take effect from 2019. Why are we supporting it? We are supporting it because June 12 represents so many good things about our democracy. June 12 represents the oneness of Nigeria. June 12 represents the will of the people to give to themselves what they actually desire. Look at it. When the election was conducted, we had a Muslim candidate on the ticket, and no Nigerian condemned it. No Nigerian criticized it. But at the moment, we are so divided. As a Christian, you are very, very skeptical and suspicious of that Muslim man who is trying to ascend to that position. As a Muslim, you're also very, very suspicious of the Christian. Since 1999, you've not had a joint ticket that has same religion on it. No. If you take a Muslim from the north, you're going to pick a Christian from the south. And I can tell you that was the very reason when they were shopping for a vice presidential candidate in the south, 2015 in APC, they couldn't go for Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu because he's a Muslim. They have to look for somebody who has a strong link in Christianity and who also has the followership. All right, which they eventually find
when someone merits a particular situation. Now we've allowed religion to
it's playing religion is playing a very huge role in what we do at the moment, and it is not good for the country. We must learn to play politics beyond what religion you subscribe to. I have a right to practice my Christianity. You have a right to practice your Islam. You have a right to practice your paganism. Whatever you want to practice is your business. We must not bring that into governance. That is your personal faith. But unfortunately today, that is what we see. And for that very reason, we must bring back those ideals, those good principles that the June 12 represented.
I think it also goes beyond that, because even when this declaration came out, some people came out to say that, well, the present president, the current president, is trying to pull this Westerners to himself, making, reducing the whole thing to doing the Yoruba speaking people a favor, kind of.
I see that.
Do you understand? So I'm not wondering, is it about a particular section of the country, or is this really about Nigeria's democracy?
I think that is a little bit myopic to start attributing some of those primordial sentiments into why this was done and what June 12 represents. It is not about the Southwest. Personally, I'm not from the Southwest. I'm a Southerner. So many people that have celebrated this have been following it on the media. They are Northerners. Babagana Kingebe is not a Southwest. It's not from Southwest. It's from the Northwest. I think it's from. I think it's Kebbi. It's Kebbi. Yeah, Babagana Kingebe. So it's not from the Southwest. Whatever it is, it's not about whether Southwest. President Muhammadu Buhari already has Southwest backing him at the moment. Whether good or bad, no matter how the politics goes, all right, 5 out of the 6 states in the Southwest are still with the APC. Only Ekiti. So I am not sure he's actually trying to please the Southwesterners. But even at that, politics is all about wooing people. It's all about, you don't force people to vote for you.
So far, that's how we've been practicing it in Nigeria.
Yeah, it's all about
things to impress certain people.
Yeah, it's all
just
about
to get
wooing
them in
people.
your
But for me, whether he did it for that very reason or not, I want to look at it from a different perspective, because we don't want to chip in the essence of the moment. Politics, I mean, the June 12th declaration is far beyond the Southwest. It's far beyond whether you want to win 2019 election or not. It's all about reenacting what true politics should be in Nigeria. And I think that is the way it should be seen.
All right, God willing, tomorrow will be June 12th, and there will be more discussions surrounding that particular election year. In the meantime, let's open the phone line and see if we can get a few calls in before we call it a wrap on Media Lab. The number to call is 08189 991011. That is 08189 991011. If you want to share your thoughts with us on any of the stories that we've talked about, feel free to do just that on 08189991011. It's Media Lab on Human Rights Radio. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me? Good morning. Sorry, I think we lost that call there. You can please try and call right back. Hello? Please turn off your radio.
Good afternoon.
Turn off your radio, please.
How are you?
Fine, good morning. Okay. I think the network is also misbehaving. Let's try once more and see if we can get a clear connection. 08189991011. Hello, good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Welcome.
My name is Mahmoud Kabir. I'm calling from New Karu.
All right, please go ahead.
Yeah, you see, this the topic was well treated and it's a loud one. But the announcement was on the list of it's good. All I appreciate that announcement, because if you want to look at it, that democracy is more, and in Nigeria, if you can go that way, or if you can flex back, then we have a good country to live in, whereby there's no Yoruba, there's no either Christian or Muslim. We are all one. We are happy to look at the person that can lead us that can drive Nigeria to the best out of the country. So if you can look forward to that one, I know we're going to have peace, and our country is going to be a country of harmony, and with we will not have space again, because when we are united, we'll be able to fight the leaders of the country. Then it's God that we strengthen our President Muhammadu Buhari, give him good head, and Ahmad Isa, the owner of that. You are all doing well. God bless Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Muhammad Kabir, for sharing your thoughts with us. Let's see if we can quickly get one more call. 08189991011. It's Media Lab on Human Rights Radio. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
My name is Musa calling from Kubo.
Okay, Musa, go ahead.
This June to the way I'm seeing correct his mistake, the National Assembly mission to divert people the way they are working, they are looking. That's why just people want to use politics to bring issue which is not need for the nation and the people to have issue. Forget issue. We don't want to do issue that in the front where what insecurity and all people worry about. That's just my contribution.
All right, thank you very much. As far as he's concerned, June 12 would have been a forgotten issue and nothing for the president to bring up right now. What do you think? Should he focus more on? Does this have anything to do with the future of Nigerian politics?
No, it doesn't matter when you correct an error. If there's an error, it doesn't matter how long it takes. The most important thing is that an injustice, an error has been corrected by that singular declaration, and I think that is what Nigerians should look at it from that perspective. I was listening to the former political advisor to Olusegun Obasanjo today, and one of the things he said, he did admit that it was a lapse on their part when they were in government for 8 years. That was the immediate democratic successor to the June 12 both election and the demise of MKO Abiola. They could have done that, but they said it was a lapse on their own part. He supported it, commended it. I'm talking about Akin Oshotoku, who was a former political advisor to Olusegun Obasanjo, also one-time DJ Nan. So if those people still agree and accept that this is commendable at this time, I want to wonder why somebody is looking at it from just exhuming an issue that should have been dead and buried. No. Once you redress an injustice, it kind of settles so many scores, and people we move on a new front.
All right. Thank you very much, Desmond from Fresh News. It's been a pleasure having you here. And thanks to those who were able to call in. Do stay with us on Human Rights Radio. The news will be coming up at 12 noon. My name is Ruth Usman. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Your right, my right, our right. Everybody's right is protected. Human Rights Radio 101.1, redefining broadcasting.
On Human Rights Radio 101.1, we neutralize the airwaves by redefining broadcasting.